Hello, good morning to all. This is Sahil and I am presenting you Pratitih, your daily dose of GK, defense related questions and current affairs all in one session. So, like every day, we will discuss some questions from all these topics which are important if you are preparing for any defense examination or any banking or civil service examination also. So, let's start the session. We will start from the current affairs. Here we go. First question: what is the name of India's first privately developed rocket? इंडियार प्रथम प्राइवेटली डेवलप्ड रॉकेटर ना कौन? सो ISRO has developed so many rocket, but ISRO is not a private sector company. So India's first privately developed company, that means as the SpaceX in US, SpaceX develop karuchi tar nijar rocket. So and NASA is using those SpaceX rockets for its own purposes. So in India, after the inclusion of the private sectors in this space world, space sector, a new a company has developed a privately developed rocket has been released. And what is the name of this India's first privately developed rocket? Correct answer is Bikram S. So India's first privately developed rocket, named as Bikram S, is set to be launched on a suborbital mission with 3 payloads. 3 payload neki eta jiba. Hyderabad based space startup which is called Skyroot Aerospace will become the first private space company in India to launch a rocket into the space. The mission, named Prarambh, will carry payloads of 2 Indian and 1 foreign customer and is set to launch set for the launch from ISRO's launch pad at Sriharikota. Moving to the next question: which country is the host of the No Money for Terror conference? No Money for Terror, this is the name of this conference, and which country is the host of this conference? Correct answer is India. India is set to host the No Money for Terror conference. Etaraku India host kariba after the meeting of Interpol and UN Counter-Terrorism Committee. The Ministry of Home Affairs under the India government is organizing the 3rd ministerial conference on No Money for Terror in New Delhi. The aim of the conference is to take forward the discussion related to combating the financing of terrorism in the previous 2 conferences. Going to the next question: World Diabetes Day. World Diabetes Day is celebrated every year on November 14th to mark the birth anniversary of Frederick Banting, who discovered the insulin hormone along the Charles Herbert Best in 1922. What is the theme of World Diabetes Day in 2022? Correct answer is access to diabetes education. World Diabetes Day is celebrated every year on 14th of November to mark the birthday of Frederick Banting. Frederick Banting किए जे इंसुलिन हार्मोन को डिस्कवर करथिले. Frederick Banting इंसुलिन हार्मोन को डिस्कवर करथिले with Charles Herbert Best in 1922. Charles Herbert Best and Frederick Banting, they discovered the insulin hormone. It was first observed in 1991. 1991 मसीहार प्रथम थर पई एटाकू ऑब्जर्व कराइतला by the International Diabetes Federation, that is IDF, and World Health Organization WHO. At present 10 out of 100 adults, 100 ରୁ 10ଟା adult ଆମେ ଯଦି ଦେଖିବା, they are suffering from diabetes currently. 2022 ର theme कोन? Access to diabetes education. Moving to the next question: every year in India, November 14th is celebrated as Children's Day. Yesterday it was Children's Day, the 14th of November, and this day was celebrated to mark the birth anniversary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru कर birth anniversary को celebrate करया पाई November 14th रे प्रति वर्ष celebrate करा जाए Children's Day. In which year Jawaharlal Nehru established Children's Film Society India to create indigenous cinema exclusively for kids? को वर्ष जवाहरलाल नेहरू, क्वेश्चन हियर इज जवाहरलाल नेहरू केउ वर्ष एस्टाब्लिश करथिले चिल्ड्रन्स फिल्म सोसाइटी इंडिया टू क्रिएट इंडिजिनस सिनेमा एक्सक्लूसिवली फॉर किड्स मानक पाई करेक्ट आंसर इज 1955. So every year in 14th of in India 14th November 14th is celebrated as the Children's Day to mark the birth anniversary of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, the first Prime Minister of India. His term was from 1947 to 1964. Nehru, fondly called Chacha Nehru, was also known for his affection for kids, and he also established the Children's Film Society in India in 1955 to create indigenous cinema exclusively for kids. And in India we celebrate Children's Day on 14th of November, but World Children's Day is celebrated on 20th November. 20 November is celebrated करा जाए. Which day is celebrated as World Kindness Day in November? November रे केबे World Kindness Day को celebrate करा जाए. Kindness Day. So World Kindness Day is observed on 13th of November every year to celebrate acts of kindness, compassion and humanity. It is observed in many countries including Canada, Australia, India and the United Arab Emirates UAE. In 1998, in 1998 this day was the first observed by an organization called the World Kindness Movement, and it was formed by like-minded kindness organizations at Tokyo conference in 1997. Moving to the next question, 7th edition of the bilateral air exercise between India and France concluded at Air Force Station Jodhpur on 12th of November 2022. 12 November এটা conclude হলা. It is a bilateral air exercise between India and France. What was the name of this exercise? এই exercise এর না কোন থিলা? Correct answer is Garuda 7. So 7th edition of the bilateral air exercise between Indian Air Force and the French Air and Space Force, which is called फ्रांस रे जो एयर फोर्स था ताको कहा जाए फ्रेंच एयर एंड स्पेस फोर्स FASF that means French Air and Space Force. So Indian Air Force और FASF that is French Air and Space Force मध्य रे गोटे bilateral air exercise conclude हैला जहार नाम थिला exercise Garuda 7 which concluded at Air Force Station in Jodhpur on 12th of November 2022. It was the first occasion of Indian Air Force's LCA Tejas which is called Light Combat Aircraft Tejas. LCA Tejas Indian Air Force रे जो aircraft रही and LCH Prachand Light Combat Helicopter whose name is Prachand. Tejas and Prachand, they participated in this international organization. It is the first occasion where these two aircrafts participated in any international exercise. The first and third and fifth editions were conducted in India. First, third and fifth were conducted in India in 2003, 6 and 14, and this year it was also conducted in India. That means 7th edition. First, third, fifth and 7th. Moving to the next question, India along with which country have signed 4 MOUs? India को country मध्य 4टा MOU एटा को हमें गतकाली मध्य डिस्कस करथिले. So India कहा सहित को country सहित 4टा MOU memorandum of understanding जोटा को कहा जाए in areas of the culture, wildlife and health on 12th of November 2022. 12 नवंबर से इंडिया 4टा MOU को साइन करिछि. तो से कंट्री ना कोन? करेक्ट आंसर इज कैम्बोडिया. इंडिया और कैम्बोडिया 12th November 2022 रे 4टा MOU साइन करिसेंती in the areas of culture, wildlife and health. They were signed during the bilateral talks between Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar and Cambodian Prime Minister Hun Sen on the sidelines of the ongoing Asian Summit at the Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh रे Asian Summit होची Asian Summit. So Vice President Dhankar is on a visit to Cambodia to participate in ASEAN जोटा कि Association of Southeast Asian Nations जोटा कहा जाउची Association of Southeast Asian Nation को ASEAN कहा जाए तो इथिरे पार्टिसिपेट करिया पे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट धनकर वाज ऑन अ विजिट ही इज ऑन अ विजिट टू कैम्बोडिया जोटा कि जोठारे मीटिंग टा होची एशियन इंडिया कमेमोरेटिव समिट and the 17th East Asia Summit एथिरे पार्टिसिपेट करिया पे वाइस प्रेसिडेंट जगदीप धनकर जाइछन्ति कैम्बोडिया सेहिठारे चारिटा एमओयू साइन हेची इंडिया और कैम्बोडिया मध्यरे मूविंग टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन एशियन ऊपर ही क्वेश्चन अछि एसोसिएशन ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशियन नेशंस जोटा को एशियन बोली कहा जाउची ASEAN एसोसिएशन ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशियन नेशंस has agreed to has agreed in principle to admit which country as the group's 11th member 11तम मेंबर हिसाब रे एशियन रो 11तम मेंबर हिसाब रे गोटे प्रिंसिपल को एडमिट करिछि ए एशियन किए को कंट्री 11th मेंबर बनिबो ए एशियन ग्रुप रो एसोसिएशन ऑफ साउथ ईस्ट एशियन नेशंस रो correct answer is East Timor. So the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, that is ASEAN, has agreed to in principle to admit East Timor as group's 11th member. East Timor is the youngest country in Southeast Asia, having gained independence from Indonesia in 2002 after 24 years of occupation. ASEAN began as a 5-member bloc in 1967 and has gradually expanded, with Cambodia being the most recent addition in 1999, and after the addition of the East Timor it will be a 11-member organization. So with this question I conclude today's session. Just before ending, I want to announce Pratitih has a monthly magazine also, which is being published in PDF format, compiled by professionals from all the leading newspapers. It will help you to read the news on the go and stay up to date for any competitive examination. It has some subscription fee. You can choose as per convenient. To subscribe this, you have to visit our website, that's www.warriorscrit.in. And those who are aspiring to join defense forces, they have to clear certain examinations such as NDA, CDS, AFCAT, CAPF, INET, Army, SSCGD, Navy, Air Force. All these examinations you have to clear if you want to join Indian military or paramilitary. But to join to clear these examinations, you have to prepare well, and you need proper mentorship, guidance, instructions. So all these will be provided to you by Warriors Grid. Here at Warriors Grid we have best in the class educators, mentors, facilities, and they will guide you in your preparation. You will be easily able to clear this examination and achieve your goal of joining defense forces. So to join us, you have to call on the number given below, that 99034 29583 or 99034599583, or you may just visit our website, that is www.warriorscrit.in. So with this I conclude today's session. We will meet tomorrow. Till then, do like, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you. Jai Hind.